I'm going to take you through how you can download and install XAMPP and phpMyAdmin on your Windows 10 or 11 PC. So first of all, we have to go to a search browser. I'm going to go with Google Chrome. Now remember, any type of browser you use will be perfectly okay for this tutorial. So I'm using Chrome and I'm going to search for what XAMPP download. So XAMPP download. Okay, so now when you search XAMPP download, you are going to see the official website for what XAMPP here. If you don't see it, I'm going to put the link in the description for you to click on it, but I'm sure you should see it once you search for it. So the URL is www.apachefriends.org. so we just click on this URL. Now when you come here, you have different versions of XAMPP here, and the latest one is 8.2. Right now this is the latest version, so I'm going to download the latest version. You can also download any of the older versions if you want here. So I'm sticking with the 8.2. so I'm going to click on download. So right after clicking on download, it should automatically start downloading the package for me. So right here in the download, you can see the download has started. So we are going to wait for the download to finish. Okay, right now the download is done. Now in case your download didn't start automatically, you can still also click here to download it manually if download doesn't start automatically. Alright, so once the download is done, we are just going to go to our Explorer. So I'm going to my downloads. Now I have my XAMPP package installed here successfully. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to double click on this and start with the installation. So I'm going to click on this. Okay, so now it's going to ask me to accept. So I'm going to click yes and accept. Okay, so now I'm getting some error here, UAC control. Now this is mostly common whenever you install XAMPP. For some of you, you may not see this error. For some of you, if you don't see this UAC error, then you just have to skip to the next step on this video. But if you see this error, don't worry, I'm going to take you through how you can solve this error right from here. So stay with me, let's solve this error. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to click OK now. Then I'm going to cancel this. So I just click yes and cancel the installation. So let me minimize everything for the meantime now. So now I'm going to click on search, and I'm going to search for system configuration. So I'll search for system configuration, and I will open system configuration. So you should open right here. So this is the system configuration. So once you search system configuration and you click on it, you are going to see this window. So on the system configuration, there is something here, tools. So I'm going to click on the tools tab, and in this tools tab we have something here like change UAC settings. Change UAC settings, sorry. So I'm going to click on the change UAC settings and click on launch. There's launch here, so I'll just click on launch. Now when I click on launch, I'm going to see there is this space here. There's this blue thing here. Now I'm going to drag this to the bottom. So right now it's on notify me only when apps try to make changes to my computer. So it means when apps try to make changes to your UAC, that's where that UAC notification will pop up, preventing you to proceed. So I'm going to drag this below to never notify me, which is the end. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. Now it's going to say, do you want to allow access? So yes, I'm going to click on yes. So once I'm done from there, I'll just click OK. Now just so you know, there are 2 steps of solving this. This is step 1. For a lot of people that try solving this problem for them, step 1 didn't work for them. step 2 work for everybody, but step 1 work for a lot of people too as well. So in case this step 1 didn't work for you, don't panic. The step 2 will definitely work for you, because I know that step 2 works for everybody that helps solve that problem. So let's try and see if the problem is solved with the step 1. So I'm going to double click again to install, and let's wait and see. So as I was saying, step 1 will not work for a lot of people. Same way step 1 work for a lot of people as well. Now, if step 1 work for you, then you can skip to the installation process. But if step 1 didn't work for you like me, then stay with me. Let's do the step 2. So I'm just going to click OK again and cancel installation. Then we move to the step 2. So with the step 2, here's what we do. So I'll once again minimize this. Now I'll also go to the search again. Now this time around, I'm going to click search for what? Registry. So once you search for registry, you see registry editor here. So I'm going to click on the registry editor. It's going to open this window for me, the registry editor window. Now the next thing I want to go here is that I want to search for what? HKey local machine. So we have the third option here, HKey local machine. Now I'll click on the drop down under the HKey local machine. Now there are other subfolders inside this HKey local machine. Now moving straight towards software, there's also software here. So I'm going to click on the drop down of the software. So now when you click on the drop down of the software, there are also subfolders in this software. Now you can also maximize it so that you get bigger view very well as well. Then now inside the software, I'm going to look for what? Microsoft. So remember, these folders are arranged in what? Alphabetical order. So if you are looking for Microsoft, you just go to the M column. So there's Microsoft folder here. So I'm going to click on this drop down. So it means what? Microsoft folder is also opened as well. Now inside this Microsoft folder, we are also going to look for another subfolder. So the subfolder we are going to look for now is Windows. And remember, these folders are arranged in the alphabetical column, alphabetical order. So if you want Windows, it means we scroll down to the W. So we go to W. If you scroll down, you should see Windows here in W here. So in this Windows, now you can also put the cursor here. You see the cursor change like this, meaning it helps us to drag and expand this section here so that we can see the folders clearly. So this Windows, I'm going to open the Windows. There's also a drop down there. I'll open this Windows, and inside this Windows, we are also going to scroll down and look for another folder called current version. So the current version is even here already. So it's just right here because it's in the C column. So we just click on the current version folder here. Now the current version also have a lot of folders inside. Okay, a lot of folders inside. Now this may sound long, but trust me, it's very worthy. It's very worthy because I know this will work. I believe it will work. So now we scroll down to policies. So inside the current version, we scroll down to policies, which should be in the P column, because that, as once I said, the folders are arranged in alphabetical order. So there's policies right here in P column. So I'm also going to click on what? The drop down here, policies. Now there are also subfolders in these policies here. So in these policies, we have system here, system. Now there is not going to any subfolder we are going to open here again. So what we are going to do now, so we are going to double click on this system folder. We are going to double click on the system folder. So I will just double click. Once you double click, it opens all these what? Settings right here for you. So on these settings, you are going to look for what? Enable LUA. Enable LUA. So if you scroll down once again, if you go to the E column, you see enable LUA right here. Enable LUA right here. So we are going to double click on this enable LUA. It's going to show you this window right here. So in this window, you have a value data of what? 1. the 1 means what is enabled. So we'll change it to 0. So the 0 basically means what is disabled. So we'll change the 1 to 0. So you just click what? OK. Yeah. Now when you click OK, it's going to warn you to restart your computer. So meaning for this to work, you need to restart your computer. So what I'm going to do is what I want you to do is what? Save this video to watch later, because you are going to restart your computer so that you don't lose this video. You can subscribe to the channel and save the video. So when you restart your computer, you can what? Go back and easily find my video and watch and continue where you stopped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this now, and I'm going to what? Restart my computer. Once I restart my computer, then we'll continue with the installation process. So restart your computer and continue with me. So I've successfully restarted my computer. So it has been restarted. And if you are watching this video again, meaning you have already restarted your computer. So now that the computer is restarted now, let's check again and see if the installation will now work. So I'll go to my download again. I have my XAMPP here. So I'm going to double click again. So let me just minimize this while waiting for the installation to pop up. So wait, now the XAMPP installation is here. Now there we go. Now you can see the UAC is not popping up again. Initially it pops up before we cancel, then we see this, but now it's not popping up. Okay, so meaning the UAC error is solved. So now we can proceed for the installation now. So we'll go to next. Now here are a list of modules that will comes with XAMPP. So it means if you install XAMPP, you are going to have Apache, you have the server, you have the Apache, you have the what? MySQL, FileZilla, Mercury, Tomcat. You also have programming languages like PHP and Perl. Then you also have the phpMyAdmin also on it. You have Fake, SendMail, and Weblazer. Now if you don't want any of this here, you can what? Uncheck it here. But I want to install everything here, so I'm going to proceed to next. Now XAMPP is going to install in this folder for you by default. If you have a specific folder you would like to install XAMPP into, you can just click on this. You can browse and select whichever folder you want to install this into, but I prefer to install it in what? The default folder created by XAMPP. So I'm going to click next. Now the languages are here. You can switch any language. I only have 2 languages here, but I'm sticking with English. So I'll just go to next. Now setup is now ready to begin installation. So it means what? We just click on next, then we start installing. So now we are going to wait for some few minutes for it to install. So installation is done successfully now. Now it's asking me, do you want to launch or start the control panel? So yes, we'll leave it, we'll check it and what? Finish. So it will launch the control panel. So let's test and see if everything is working correctly as we wanted it to work. So I'm going to wait a second for it to load. Okay, so it means this has been loaded properly here. Now in some cases, if you are trying to load, there might be a pop-up that will tell you to allow private network, because your system virus protection might be trying to block this, trying to access your network. But because my antivirus is off, I may not see that. But if your antivirus is on, there may be a pop-up that tells you you want to allow private network. So you have to allow, because the XAMPP will need to run on your server for it to be able to work properly. So that's it. So first I have to start the Apache, and I also want to start the MySQL. So these are other things that came. Okay, so here we go. I've got this pop-up again, as I was telling you, allow. So yes, we want to allow because we need MySQL and XAMPP to run on our server. So it's perfectly safe, no problem with it. So I will just allow access. allow access again. Okay, so now XAMPP is running now. So we have to go to the admin. So let's see if phpMyAdmin will come. So on the MySQL side, there's the admin here. So we just click on the admin on the MySQL side. Now this will directly open in our default web browser because we allow all this network to open there. So here we go. We have phpMyAdmin successfully open. Now we have MySQL that we installed also here. You can see we have some tables, views, and all that. You can also create any database and all that here. So meaning PHP is MyAdmin is working perfectly. So now let me say I come and stop this again right here, and I close it. The next time you want to access this, you just have to search for PHP. You have to search for XAMPP will allow. So you see XAMPP control panel right here. So you just click on it and it's open for you again. You can also start your Apache. You can also start MySQL. Then you just go to your admin. Then once again you have your phpMyAdmin all opened for you here. So it means your XAMPP and phpMyAdmin installed successfully. You can do whatever you want to do with it. So this is how we install XAMPP and phpMyAdmin on our computer. So if this video is helpful, don't forget to subscribe and like this video for more video like this. And if you also have any type of error or any type of video you want me to make, let me know so I do that for you. Thank you for watching this video again. See you in another video.